in dead language. While waiting at the airport for her husband, Aya, played by Sarah Adler, is mistaken for someone else. Intrigued, she decides to pick up the complete stranger, played by Ulrich Thomsen, on a whim. Their encounter sparks an unexpected intimacy that unsettles Aya's sense of certainty and awakens a yearning she neither fully understands nor knows how to fulfill. Her quiet search for meaning unfolds in a hotel room, a customer service chat, and in subtle disruptions to her daily routine, as we are taken through a woman's delicate and honest search for something meaningful. Dead Language is directed by Oded, Binnun and Mihal Brezis, and it's their second film after The Etrigan Smile from 2018. And this film, Dead Language, is an extension of their short film Aya from 2012. Their short film Aya from 2012 also starred Sarah Adler and Ulrich Thomsen, and that short film is basically the first half an hour of this film, Dead Language. So Aya pretends to be, or is mistaken for somebody else, and picks up Ulrich Thomsen at the airport, and she drives him around Jerusalem, and they go back to his hotel room and talk more there, and that's the end of the short film. But in this film, the film it tells us what happens after that. This film is quite a beautiful, very thought-provoking film. It raises a lot of questions. Aya, she's in a, I guess, happy but stale marriage. Like, she is married to I think a professor at a college, I think, and he's just about to publish his first book, and it's very consumed. His life is very basically consumed by that, and Aya is kind of a second thought. But he's not a bad guy. He's not a bad husband. He knows everything about his wife. They've been married for 7 years, and he is very much in love with her. But I think Aya, in this point in her life, she is a little bit bored, or just a bit. Her life is lacking meaning and lacking excitement. And when Aya picks up Ulrich Thomsen at the airport, it's exciting for her to see where this will go. But just like the short film, after Ulrich Thomsen leaves Israel, Ulrich Thomsen is basically not in the film anymore, and this is kind of and then we as a filmer are kind of wondering where the film is going to go, and Aya herself, she doesn't know where it's going to go. At the moment, her life is unpredictable. She's searching for like excitement in her life. She is willing to go in any direction that the film and her actions will take her. And after this new excitement in her life is not really fulfilling with Ulrich Thomsen, she uses this new kind of attitude towards her life to try and explore other avenues in her life. She still has a hotel room key from that Ulrich Thomsen gave her, and she a couple of times she goes into this hotel room and meets a couple of different guys, and she goes dance nightclubbing by herself, and her husband travels quite a bit as research for his book and to promote his book, and she has to pick him up from the airport. And then toward the third act of the film, her husband doesn't come back on the expected flight, and Aya goes to Prague where he was at a conference, and she goes there, and that final act of the film is very intriguing, and you're not sure where it's going to go, and you're not sure what the meaning of it is, but it's kind of like open-ended as to, you have to kind of think, okay, what's really going on with this marriage, and her husband kind of sense what his wife is going through and tries to give some kind of excitement to his wife. And that's a very interesting way that film tackles this marriage. This film is basically carried by the lead performance by Sarah Adler. She's in every single scene in the film, so she has to carry the film, and she is fantastic in the lead performance. Even though I did like this film quite a bit, there were just a couple of plot contrivances that really held me back from fully embracing the film as much as I would have loved. There's like some of the things that Aya does at the hotel, and in the third act of the film, some of the interactions between Aya and her husband in the third act of the film are a little bit hard to believe, but if you are willing to go along with the film, willing to go along with the plot, and just kind of like turn your brain off a little bit, then I think you will find this film very quite intriguing and enjoyable. I give Dead Language 3.5 stars out of 5. This is quite a beautiful film. I really love the musical score. I didn't really say that before. And Sarah Adler's performance as Aya is fantastic, and it raises a lot of questions about like marriage and what a marriage looks like after like a decade or so, and a woman's role in a marriage. And I had some misgivings about the plot contrivances throughout the film, but I still recommend checking out this film. It's very thought-provoking and affecting, and yeah, I definitely recommend checking out Dead Language. What did you think of Dead Language? Please comment below what you thought of the film. See you next time. Bye.